Welcome to the show. Hi, I'm Randy Jeffers, and we are live from the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. I'll tell you, we have a show for you today that you don't want to miss. Get ready, get your pad out and your pencil because you're going to want to take notes. We have a studio full of guys here with a wealth of experience that is just unparalleled. But I want to start off with here. This is the CEO of a brand new company called Clear Fusion. And Alan Boyer, Dr. Alan Boyer, PhD. And Alan, if you could introduce everybody for us.
Absolutely, yeah. On my far right here we have Dr. Michael Cook, who is a chiropractic practitioner and a wealth of knowledge on pretty much everything health and wellness. And then we have Dennis Clements here, Dennis is one of those guys that he can get anywhere. And Dennis brings products and ideas to the table, and he's just bing, bang, bang, bong. I mean, it's like ADHD on steroids with Dennis.
It's what it is.
Dennis is otherwise known as the Wild Man.
So,
Yeah.
We'd all agree on
Yeah.
that. That's
Right,
it.
yeah.
And at the back, but really at the front is Kaleo Alu, and Kaleo is our genius in web design and media and search engine optimization and just getting the word out there. What we do wouldn't mean a thing unless we had Kaleo to just make
That's true.
turn it into magic and get everybody going, wow, how we look and what we do. And so this is Kaleo.
So he's the creative services director and all
Creative
that
service
genius.
genius.
The genius, that's right.
Right.
So we have this brand new company called Clear Fusion that has some amazing goals, an incredible mission statement. Who wants to do the mission statement or give us an idea of what really Clear Fusion is all about?
That's the
Dennis.
voice of the
That's
company
it,
here. He's going to
Well, I'm not going to recite the mission statement. I don't memorize mission statements, but really what we're trying to do at Clear Fusion is find people that need to fill a hole in their business. So lots of people have dreams, have great dreams, but in today's business environment, it's never going to be anything other than a dream, Randy, because it's so sophisticated. You have to be an attorney, you have to be a CPA, you have to be web design, you have to be everything. And
Right.
most people that have dreams are not those. I mean, even Sam Walton wasn't one of those people.
Right.
So in today's highly litigious society, it's very, very important that people that have a dream have a team to support it. And that's what Clear Fusion does. So that's really what we're trying to accomplish here. We find somebody with a dream and then we make it come to life.
And that's anywhere from, obviously office work to virtual office to the computer work, products. Maybe you have a dream, you don't have a product. We develop products and we source products. Really, it's a great opportunity for people that are looking to get involved in the business, help you form it, and then also put you into a network of groups.
So if I'm an entrepreneur and I have a dream and I want to accomplish something, but I don't have the complete team. Maybe I don't have enough money to go out and hire the people that I need. So you guys fulfill that service, right?
Right.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Okay. And so let's just use an example. Maybe I want to have some products like you're talking about, Dennis. How do I know they're going to be great products?
Well, so we make sure that our products are certified. We go through and vet them, make sure it's quality, because if I personally am not going to use it or feel that it's something that I'd use to promote to my family, I don't want it involved with my company.
And I
or any
suppose,
of our companies.
the big answer to that is that you have Dr. Cook here to vet these things, right?
Exactly.
The
Well,
research guy.
The research guy, yeah, that's me. I like to research things and develop things. We have a testing lab here when we're dealing with products that patients use on their skin, on their face, inside their body. We have a massive testing lab here, a certified testing lab that can test virtually any product of any type, everything, from metal to cloth, but mostly nutritional products and the ingredients, and make sure that they're absolutely pure. And if we find any impurities in those products, then of course we don't use them. And when we put our own products together, which we do on a frequent basis, people will come to us and say, we have a product that we'd like you to test and market for us, or we'd like to develop a product to test and market. Then that's where we take over and we make sure that all the research is done, all the biochemistry, all the products are perfectly safe and harmless. So, and that's important. For example, we've all heard about lead-based paint coming from China on some Chinese
Right.
products or toys or whatever. We would never allow something to go through one of our companies that had lead-based paint on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where were you guys a few decades ago when I needed you? I mean, this is the perfect. I mean, it really is a turnkey kind of a situation, isn't it? Because you guys fulfill all the roles that, and it's expensive. I mean, if somebody had to hire all of you to put on staff,
Separately,
how
they
could you
couldn't
do
afford
it, right?
us.
Oh, I'm cheating. I'm cheap.
Well, except for you.
He's not. He's cheap, but he's
I'll
not.
do it for free.
He's cheap,
I'll do it
but
for
he's,
free.
he's not cheap, but he's reasonable.
Reasonable.
Well-
We'll pay later.
Well, as you know, in this day and age, one of the biggest parts of all of this is the creative services, Kaleo, and
Oh, yeah.
and you have a thread of success in that industry.
Yeah, definitely. I think with our creative team and product development and brand development side of what we do, we really bring unique stories and messages to the table that essentially, like someone that's new or doesn't have, maybe has a great idea or a great product, but they don't know how to develop that message. You don't know how to create content to take it to market, or don't have a really good solid marketing plan. And that's part of what we do, is we're creating synergies between creative and marketing and sales, so that we can deliver again an exceptional, well-made product into the market, right? Or brand, or any of the things that you're looking to do with our team at Clear Fusion.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely.
You know,
Yes.
one of the things, Randy, that we feel that we have a uniqueness about us is that Kaleo could take a piece of garbage and just brand it so that it looks like it's the
He
most
could.
amazing product you could possibly ever
That's true.
wish to use. And so let's just talk about a nutritional supplement product, for example. Then we know that there's good, bad, and ugly out there. And you go into a health food store, or you look online, or you get hit with all sorts of regular emails, and they look great, and they tell you that they're the best. How do you know? And clearly, some of them are great, and some of them are not, but how do you know? So where we're unique is that Kaleo's not about to take some garbage and make it look superb. That's where Dr. Cook comes along, and he analyzes it, does his research, brings it to us. So you start with a great product, and then just imagine what Kaleo can do with a great product. It doesn't have to work with garbage, And so pairing those two together just makes it absolutely amazing. Having Dennis here, then go and find customers and find the market, make the market available, or find the products, or find somebody that has a dream. So it's always in motion. There's always something in motion, and it velocitizes for us, and it velocitizes for our customer, our client, and our partner. Because we feel they're more like partners than just customers or clients, but they're partners with us.
So velocitizing, that's what we want. That's the
That's a
buzzword
great
of the day.
word. I love that's the
that
day of
word.
the word. We're going to put that up on the board here today. And so I'm going to speak a little bit to Dr. Allen's expertise. He has been a CEO of many different companies. He is a genius in organization skills, in also communication skills, and in organizing people to get the job done. One person, one entrepreneur can't do all of it. As he said before, you can't wear all of the hats. And so he has the uncanny ability to get people to work together even if they don't want to work together, and keep everybody happy and motivated and moving along, because that's what it takes. Getting a new product or a new business off the ground, getting it moving, is like pushing a huge rock uphill. And it's very, very difficult. Everybody has to be pushing at the same time. And when they get tired, they still have to push. And that's what our group does. But Alan is especially good at motivating people to get the work done, and happily, with a smile on their face.
Oh, that's fabulous. Let me just let's take a little quick break, and I want to challenge everybody out there who's dreaming, who's thinking about those dreams that just haven't been completed yet. How do we get a hold of you guys? Give us a commercial. Do you have a website?
Yeah, we're actually in the process of right now developing a new website for Clear Fusion, but that should be up in the second week of February. We should have a place where you can go to contact us directly.
So that would be Clearfusion.
Clearfusion.com.
And fusion's one of those words that you never quite know how to spell it, but how do we spell that? Let's make sure we spell it. Clear would be Clear, I would imagine.
But it would be Fuzion.
So Fuzion. So ClearFuzion.com.
That's right.
Perfect. Okay. Well, that's great. Well, Dennis, I'm excited to hear about you. And how do you find these incredible products, these miracle products? Because when you have a company, you want to have something that nobody else has. How do you go about that?
I've just made contacts over the years and networks, and they just kind of have fallen into place, and it's really just been, and now people are contacting us with products. So
He's built a
it's just-
reputation of being a good guy, an honest guy, a fair guy, and in business and in life. I'm sorry, Baker. And that and he won't say that, but it's true. And people want to work with him. They like working with him.
Thanks.
Well, that's
Are you
wonderful.
paying him as well for
I
that?
know,
'Cause
right?
I, I don't know how much that last one cost me, but it's pretty hefty.
So I won't say anything about Kaleo then. You don't want me to
Please
talk-
don't. Yeah, please don't.
Well, Dr. Allen, you were going to say something just a moment before our little commercial we did, but
Well, yeah. So if somebody has this dream we talk about, and they want to make a change in their own life, and they want to make a change in other people's lives, but they don't have a product. But we look at them and think, you've got great presence, you've got a great attitude, you've great personality. We can take that element, and that's when Dennis can find a product, awesome product. Michael takes a look at them, passes them, fails, and once they've passed, Kaleo then goes to work, and then that person is now living their dream, and because they take into the business that personality. They don't need to be CPAs. They don't need to be attorneys. We bring everything in. None of us are attorneys here, but we have attorney relationships. So we'll place an attorney for each specific project. And so we have extended relationships with people that have a level of expertise that we don't have in our core organization.
it's sort of like if I have a dream and I want to build a business, and I don't have my team, you sort of complete my team. You become my team.
It takes a team to build a dream.
Yes, absolutely. I love that.
I like that.
Yeah, very good. Well, I know you are watching right now, and you are probably thinking just like I am. I want to get started now. The secret to life really is to collapse time frames. We want to do things in our lifetime, right? We don't want to wait and wait and wait. We want to make things happen. And so, Kaleo, you said that you're going to have a website by.
Yeah, middle of February we should have a website. up
Yeah,
and
is there a place where if I want to get a hold of you right now, can I log
Absolutely.
in and just get a contact place?
Absolutely. As of today, you can send us an email
Okay.
directly to, it'd be a Clearfusion, so info@Clearfusion.
Info?
Yep, info@Clearfusion.com.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and do that and send us a message and contact information, and be happy to get a hold of you.
So we got all this talent here. Maybe I just want to talk to. Maybe I like one of you better than the other. So I could pick up you if I want.
Sure.
Just say, hey, tell Kaleo to call me, or have Dennis call me,
Sure.
or have the doctor call me, right? And even Alan, I could have him.
Occasionally. well, the thing is, somebody may have all the components except one.
Yes.
And that component that they're missing may be Kaleo's expertise. It may be Michael's
Usually, yeah.
expertise, or it may be Dennis's expertise, and so it's just a matter of fitting it. So we do like a consultative chat and just say, what's going on, what are you thinking, why are you doing it, what's your why? What's your why here? And then we'll just build the team for them. We'll fill those holes for them.
You know what's interesting about that is if you're like me, sometimes you get so excited and you're gung ho and you want to just jump out there and get things going, but maybe you don't know what that one piece is that
What
you're
you're
missing.
missing, yeah.
And that's what I love
Absolutely.
what you guys do, because you'll find that one piece,
Well,
right?
Yeah, we'll look at the whole picture. We'll look at what you are and what you're doing, what you try to do, what your goal is, what your mission is,
Uh-huh.
and then we're going to help you plug all the other elements back into it. I said I wasn't going to say anything about Kaleo, so I'll just talk about
Of
marketing.
course.
I'm just not going to say much. Yeah.
Get the credit card out.
Go ahead,
So-
come on, puff him up. Let's hear all the good
So
things. about it.
anyway, we met Kaleo some time ago, and he did for me what no one else could do in terms of putting a website together. And I had 3 other web people try this and put a brand together and make it look professional. I tried it first and failed miserably, and because that's not my thing. I don't do that. But everything he does and his team are so professional and so modern. Listen, you look at a lot of websites and you say, gosh, that looks old-fashioned. It's kind of sloppy. It's kind of all over the place. It doesn't have a lot of continuity. You don't know where to go. I want more information, but there's nothing there. All of those kinds of things. And Kaleo and his team have figured this thing out to the max, and they can make it work. The other thing that I didn't know, and he has taught me, is that you have to have social media plugged into your product and your
Absolutely.
website. People have to start talking about you and your website. I didn't know that. I had no idea. I mean, I'd heard of Facebook, but I didn't know what it was because I'm older and I just not in my purview. So he starts plugging us into all of these different social media outlets so that the word starts going, and as that word starts going, that drives more and more people to the website, and that means more sales, more information, more continuity, and that's what he brings, among other things, because he knows this stuff backwards and forwards. I've even taken some classes on it. The classes didn't do me any good until I met Kaleo, but then I understood what he was talking about, but I still couldn't do it. So, and he didn't cost us an arm and a leg. That's the other thing. I think that our group is very, very reasonably priced, depending upon what you need. And you can't, I don't know of any other group that's out there. There are consulting groups out there, but they're for large companies like Ford and IBM and big banks. That's not what we're about. We're about helping the little guy get started.
The entrepreneur.
The entrepreneur that just has a vision, a dream, and wants to make it a reality, and is willing to put in the hard work to make it happen.
Well, we've done a little test experience. We could
Yes, we do.
even, if people want to see our work, the quality of the work, we send them to that website.
Well, let's do a little commercial
do
for that
that.
website.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if you go to dixiemax.com, you can see exactly what we can do for you.
Okay, let's spell that out now because sometimes it's
Let's
It's
hear
a-
it in your voice. Alan.
yeah. Let's do it in
Let's do it in Alan's voice.
flowery voice.
Dixie Max, it's DIXIE, and then Max, MAX, dixiemax.com. Should we just say a little bit about this? Because
Absolutely.
we're really
Yes,
excited.
Oh,
Yes,
please,
really
sure.
wonderful.
So, Dennis bumped into a young lady called Melanie. Melanie had a dream. She has a great personality, but she really didn't know what she wanted to do, but she had a dream to do something great and make a difference in her own life. And she had this idea of, she had a company name called Dixie Max, and Dixie and Max are her 2 children. So that's how the name came along. And so Dennis brought Melanie to us, and we were just taken to Melanie because she has this bubbly personality, all this great enthusiasm. But in order to start a business, there were a lot of holes. But you see, this is one of the things that we crave. We crave people that have this dream because it excites us and it inspires us to do things too.
Yes, it does.
And so we set about unfolding everything and then putting things back together. And as a result, dixiemax.com tells a story, tells Melanie's story. And maybe Kaleo could jump in here because he
Sure.
was very instrumental.
Yeah, I love her story, and I think that's one of the things we fell in love with. As a creative team, but also as Clear Fusion, we as partners, we all really fell in love with her story, and I think Melanie just kind of inspired us to develop and create this story that really was unique and authentic to her, and utilizing certain different products that actually Dennis introduced to her about 4 or 5 months ago. And it's really changed her life. So that's very easy for us as a creative team to kind of build off of that messaging if it's something that's really like authentically changed her life, So we went into production and video content and started building out this brand, and creating logos and color stories, and really what we envision, in the next 5 years. And that's what makes us unique. We're not looking for the immediate, hey, we're going to build your website, we're going to do some social media. We're looking at 5 years in advance, and we're working backwards to deliver, the best brand experience for her consumer, right? And that's really what's unique about us and different about us versus other consultancies or agencies.
So
And-
we like to take the acorn and turn it into an oak tree.
Oh,
Right.
That's what we like to do.
That's why we
And
have
Melanie
him.
is
That's
an
why we
acorn.
have him, because he's so creative.
and we grow it. Just like it's perfect because
But
we
it
are
is
growing.
true.
We're adding more products to this
All
brand
the time.
This over the next month, there's going to be 2, 3 different, maybe 4 different items that are
Sure.
brought onto that are all
Absolutely.
top-notch quality products.
But you see, one of the things that once Michael's looked at the products that Dennis brought to the table, Kaleo works his magic, and then Dennis goes back in and works with Melanie. So Melanie's not left out there on the edge of a cliff, ready to fall over.
Right.
Dennis handholds, and we all watch, and because our goal is to turn everything over to Melanie so that she builds her own team to replace us. We
But she
want
has to learn it from the ground up.
Yeah,
and she
sure.
needs a coach, she needs a mentor, consultants, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, so Dennis does great work as soon as Kaleo's unleashed it, and just make sure that you can take her to the edge of a cliff, but we're not going to let her drop.
Right.
But you've got to have a little bit of scary things sometimes
Unleash-
when you're
unleash
running
the
a
beast.
business.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, unleash
And
the
that is
beast.
Dennis.
Well, let me ask you a question. Kaleo mentioned something that I thought was very interesting, and he said that Melanie had a story. Tell us about that. What happened to her? How did all this come about?
Well, she was really sick and depressed. I get emotional about it 'cause
Yeah.
I hate this because I seen it change in front of my eyes. So to watch somebody change like that, from somebody super sick, depressed,
Overweight,
overweight, unable to
lethargic,
Yep, and also IBS can
Yeah.
go out.
Irritable bowel
Yeah.
irritable
syndrome.
bowel syndrome. Yeah, she was a
And-
mess.
Literally worked 2 years with doctors, could not figure it out.
Wow.
And I put her on a Z-Lite, water filtration. 2 weeks later, she hasn't been sick.
Wait a minute. No, say that one more time. In 2 weeks,
2 weeks.
it stopped something that doctors couldn't figure out for 2 years.
He put her on pure water, which of course is essential to all people's health, but especially if somebody has poisons or toxins or whatever built up inside of them. And they many times don't know that. So pure water is the first step that all holistic doctors want to take with all of their patients. So Dennis has a water filter that's the finest one I've ever seen. Better than reverse osmosis, better than anything. You can take water that's literally full of dirt and mud and poisons and toxins and run it through his filter, which is hand pumped, so it doesn't have to have any electricity or anything else.
There's a bottle one and a straw one, so it's
Yeah.
portable.
It's completely portable. They're very reasonably priced, and what comes out on the other end of the straw is absolutely pure water that still has the minerals in it, still has the benefits in it, but has no bacteria, no poisons, no toxins, no
Metals.
chemicals, no metals, completely clear. So that alone can help a lot of people. The zeolite that he's using is food grade zeolite, and by the way, may I say, the zeolite is a cleanser. It's a volcanic ash, it's a cleanser, and it takes out poisons, toxins, and heavy metals. Heavy metals are very, very toxic, but people don't know they have them. Heavy metals are things like lead, mercury, tin, arsenic, those kinds of things, which are in the water and the air all around us most of the time. And some people are very susceptible to that toxicity and some people are not. So the zeolite acts like little Pac-Man molecules and eats it up, attracts it with the polarity, positive, negative, attracts it, eats it up, and then eliminates it through the bowel. And so within just a few weeks, within a few days, really, she started feeling better. She felt the effects of this cleansing right away.
And what it does also is opens up, so once you go through cleanse, it lets your nutrition in your body
That's right.
absorb in the proper way.
Yeah.
Hence where you start being able to balance your diet better because you're getting the proper nutrients into your body. It's been great for weight loss. I mean, just
Well, in
the
her
following
case,
the
in
program.
every case, it does, because when you eliminate toxins and start absorbing the nutrients that you're putting into your body, that automatically means that you're going to consume less. Your body doesn't crave doesn't crave stuff that's not good for
And
you.
you've got to stay on program. So myself,
Well,
I've been on the program and using some of the products that been
We all
developed,
have.
and it's so I'm down in 4 months right now, 55 pounds.
My goodness, 55 pounds.
Yeah, he looks like a different person, and his
And
color is
Phil,
great. and
yeah.
his energy's through the roof.
You know, I've always promoted it and talked about it, but I never lived it. And then after being inspired, it's like,
You see, the great thing is so you've heard the story of Melanie. Now what's she going to do? Melanie is going
Yes,
to
right.
tell people when they say, Melanie, you look great. Melanie, you look so healthy. You still look younger. Wow, you got so much energy. They ask Melanie, so she's now telling them what she did to make that massive health change, that massive life change. Send them to her website. Those products that helped her are on the website for purchase. So anybody that's watching this, if you've ever smoked cigarettes or been around cigarette smoke, or you have amalgam fillings, mercury fillings, you've probably got heavy metal toxicity. And these products that Melanie used can help you. If you have, if you feel as though you've got a tight stomach all the time, then
Or
it'll
bloating.
help with that. Bloating. It's, go to DixieMax.com and see what Melanie did, and if you like what you see, help Melanie. That's what it's about. It's passing
And help yourself at the same time.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's right.
So
Absolutely.
I was just going to ask you guys this because I'm sure that everybody out there's feeling like I am right now. I want to get a hold of you so that you guys can help me with my company. But before I do that, I probably want to get myself whipped into shape, right? So I need to
You
get some
should.
of these products. So I can go to Dixie Max. Now, once again, that's www.DIXIEMAX.com. Did I get that right?
right.
Okay. And then what would I look for on there? What would be the main thing I want to start with?
I would go for detox, so I'd do the Z-Lite and the filter bottle first.
Absolutely.
If you've got a family, get the Aquabrick. And then from that point, look at the different supplements. The aloe vera juice products are
Unbelievable.
unreal because those are good to put right in with that. So probably those three items to start with, and then we have some energy and we have some the L-arginine.
Arginine. Yeah.
Arginine. And-
Arginine cleans out arteries. Excuse me. Everybody over 50 has clogged arteries. I don't care who you are, unless you're a complete vegetarian most of your life. Even some of those folks also have some clogging in their arteries. You can't get to be 50
Well, we've
years
noticed even her and her husband too, and me.
Yeah.
It helps drop fat.
old. It does. It drops
Absolutely.
fat out of your system, and that's the arginine. That's L-arginine. Great product. And again, none of our products cost an arm and a leg. A lot of times you go to these boutique nutritional products, these boutique nutritional systems, without mentioning any names, and my goodness, you spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars every month on nutritional supplements, but you don't need that. The first thing you need to do is clean out your system. So you clean out your arteries with arginine, you clean out the toxins with zeolite, and then you put pure water into your body. Your body is mostly water.
Yeah, and once you start with the bottles, the replacement filters I think are $45, and if you're just using tap water, we recommend
They
it's
last a long
and,
time.
and the outside they're about 3 to 4 months to replace if you're using tap water. If you're in the outdoors, you can actually do 250 gallons with viruses and bacteria. But when you start loading with chemicals and metals and stuff, they only last about 3 to 4 months max.
And these bottles are perfect for camping. Talk about that, because there's so many people who like to camp. We're coming into that season. We're coming into the spring and summer. People are going to be out there camping, and you can get hold of bad water anywhere.
Traveling. It's
You
perfect
could-
for airport. I use mine to airport. Go in, empty my water out, walk back in, fill it back up. I've got water right there. Take on the plane. It's ionized. I mean, it's a type of ionization. It hydrates me faster. It's not really. It keeps it balanced about 7.2. Pretty balanced. And then when I get out in the field, if I've got the bottle, I can go. If I'm hiking, I take it out of a stream. If emergency, I mean, you literally can take it out of gutter water. It's just that effective. We take water out of San Diego River and drink water out of the San Diego River. So they're tested
Well, I wouldn't
unreal.
do that.
Yeah, they're tested
Now,
every
Dennis,
25 gallons.
Let me ask you a question. Because I saw a video that I believe it was you on there, and you had some good-looking model on there with you. But you went out to a stockyard, I believe,
Right.
and talk to us about that, because that is so phenomenal.
So the stock, I mean, it was stagnant water to where it had bugs swimming in it, just everything you can think of it, dark green, and you just dip it in there. You can drink out of it. You can, we've been in stagnant storage ponds that were like city runoff ponds with just totally stagnant moss growing in, chemicals in the water. Drink right out of it.
But you've tested this.
This
Here's
tested-
the important thing is it's been tested. This filter's been tested 6 ways from Sunday by certified labs.
Yeah, BCS Labs. So the filter industry is very corrupt, unfortunately. So they'll tell you what you want. So Aqua Veritas was created to call out the industry for what it is. It's dirty, no pun intended. So we had them create a standard which is that should be tested every 25 gallons to end of life, and that's for the outdoor industry emergency world. So ours is tested and spiked till it failed, which was at 200, actually past 200, but we rated for 250 gallons. Some of the unique things about this, if you're in the outdoors world, if you drop it, will not damage it. If it freezes, will not compromise the filtration. It's the only one. And it's a virus. So typically virus filters you have to pump. They're average $250 to $300 for a virus filter for a good quality one. And you have to pump. Ours, I can literally give it to, well, if you go to DixieMax.com, you see your kids that are 1, 2, 3-year-old kids. Caleo's kids, less than a year old, they drink out of them. We've made it with we have a patented flow technology that allows you to be able to drink through this, which
Wow.
is real.
You know,
cool.
here's an important thing as well, Rand. You know, we know that there are certain cities in the United States that we're not even going to mention, but they've had a lot of media publicity that have terrible drinking water out of the taps. And so people are having to go and buy bottled water. Well, with Dennis's water filter, you can give the kids, fill the bottle up under the tap, out of the tap, and go and drink that.
Send it to them
You
with
save-
And
you
you
schools.
save a lot of money.
You save a lot of money,
Yes.
and you know.
And the
and
water is better. The
Yeah.
problem with most bottled, well, sorry to interrupt, but the problem with most bottled water today, and it's a big it's a big scam, is that most of it's just tap water. That's all it is. Some of it's been filtered through carbon so it doesn't smell, but most of it hasn't even been filtered.
Well, there's not regulation on it either.
There's
So
no
the-
regulation,
The
that's right.
regulation that is on it allows certain amount of bacteria in the water.
That's right.
So what happens when it's Cleo knows we did some testing on stuff.
Oh, I
you,
know.
You can let it sit, and if you open that water, say it only has 15 parts per million in that bottle. You open that bottle and you let it sit. Come back a little bit later, a day later, and you hadn't drank it, but you go and grab it. We've done some studies where it went from 1,000 parts per million to with CFUs to in 5 days to 1.2 million CFUs in a canned water.
My
So
goodness.
that's the stuff you have to watch out for because people can get sick. They don't know why
Well,
they get
and
sick.
the-
Well,
and
the
that's the
water
problem.
has a bacteria they didn't know was in it. So you have to. It's really the water industry is a dirty
So
industry.
if I'm wanting,
It is.
if,
It's
if,
filthy.
if I'm wanting to use use you guys and build a company of my own, do I have access to those kind of products?
Absolutely. Private
Absolutely.
label. They can sell our brands. We have other brands that you can sell. A lot of the companies and the products that we manufacture, we can private label for you.
Fabulous.
Any direction you want to go. It just depends on how you want to work your business.
So let me ask you this then. Are there things I have to do? Let's say I want to start my own company. I have a dream. I have things I want to accomplish. Do I need to do some things before I contact you guys?
Not really. You know, in fact, in a way, we'd prefer them not to because
Yeah.
somebody might go and set up an LLC in a particular state because some next door neighbor who is obviously the genius of setting up LLCs told them what to do.
Right.
And then it doesn't give them the flexibility that they need for their particular business. So come with a dream. You know, we have some partners that have a product, they have a website, they have pretty much everything in place, and they wonder why they're not making hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars. So we take a look at it and analyze it. It's usually their website and the outreach through social media. And that's where Kaleo will take a look at that, examine it, analyze it, make some changes, and then bish bash bosh. It's like just one strategic but decisive change can make all the difference.
That's right.
See, people get too close to their own dreams.
And then on the products, we have a network set up that's really world-class network where
Yes.
we can get products, if it makes sense to our clients, that are your branded product. We can get them into locations that typically you're not able to get into.
Yeah, I mean, I
Exactly.
think Dennis is absolutely right too. I mean, not only can we source these products, but we have a channel that we can send these into retail or distribution in places that are unique or specific to whatever that dream is, right? Whatever that specific brand or product is, right? So that's what Dennis and the rest of this team can do for anybody.
That's
that has
fabulous.
a dream.
Well, what if I don't have a specific dream? All I know is I work all day long. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I'm listening to you guys, and I say, listen, I want to be a part of something where I can control my own destiny, where I don't have to go listen to my boss every day, and I want to be a part of something special.
The great American dream.
Can you guys help me too?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We
You know,
take you from
we're just
scratch.
we're going to meet with you. We're going to ask you a lot of questions. We're going to ask you why, whatever you say. We'll probably ask you why, and then we'll dig deep down, and a spark will suddenly become an inferno in your heart,
Right.
and in your head as well. But we do the head stuff, because a lot of that is logical. A lot of it is creative too. But we will get to you. If you're desirous of getting out of that mundane job that you're in every day, we'll find something. Everybody has a spark,
Right.
and we can literally turn that into an inferno.
That's right.
Well, let me ask you if I could just sort of turn this to a more personal note. You guys are obviously highly successful, all of you in your own rights, and the fact that you've come together to create something very unique. But what drove you? Let's start with you, Kaleo, if you would. I mean, you're very
Sure.
successful in what you do. What
Sure.
made you team up with these guys?
Well, I think part of it was the road that I was on already with working with different and consulting with different brands and working with very successful brands and small startups in the action sports industry. A few names that I'm sure people have heard of is like North Face or Skull Candy, some of these brands that
Big
consumer
names,
brands,
yeah.
big names that people are familiar with. But I ran into Dennis, and Dennis and I were working together on filtration specifically and some other products, and we had good synergy there and a good relationship there, and then we ran into the rest of the partnership here, and I think that's been kind of this unfolding of just great minds and again, even from a business standpoint, a very creative team, from my perspective.
Yeah.
Again, that's really kind of my background.
Well, it's obvious that you guys are all very creative. I'm not so sure about this guy, but
No, I'm just a work for free guy.
Dr. Allen, how
Yeah.
about you? What brought you to the team?
I felt sorry for them. No, I thought the whole team. There was one important ingredient that was really missing that I could bring to it, and that was an accent.
Yes.
Oh, yes,
of
for
course.
sure.
Right.
So that's my total contribution. No, it's like Kaleo said.
And two
We,
PhDs, but we won't mention
Oh, yeah,
that.
that's not
it's
mentioned
like
that.
Kaleo said. That Kaleo met Dennis, and then Michael was somewhere around Las Vegas. I was driving around Las Vegas, and Michael called and said, "We've got a meeting." I said, "What time?" "Like 10 minutes. "Where is it?" "About half an hour away."
It's true.
Well, anything can happen in Las Vegas, but half an hour in 10 minutes is not going to work, And so, we gathered at a little gathering place that we always meet at,
For lunch.
and for lunch, and we met there, and it was just as though we'd known each other for
Yeah.
years.
It really
awesome.
was.
Yeah,
A friend of
and-
mine said, "You have to. I got a couple new people I need you to meet," and he does that frequently with me anyway. And he said, "And bring Alan and bring." So we just kind of all called each other at the same time and said, "Come on, let's go do a meeting."
Yeah.
And we just really just became best friends because we understood the synergy and what each person literally brought to the table. There was no competition. There was no overlay. We just got along, and we said, "Wow, we could really do something for somebody. What should we do?" And that's how it just materialized in front of our faces.
Look, I've been around a lot of company setups. I've never seen anything like the way this come together.
I haven't either.
Haven't.
I think we all feel that way.
We have a lot of fun. I mean, we laugh a lot, and
Yes, we do.
But we're very serious about what we do. But we have a lot of fun doing it, and it helps relax our new partners, our clients, and so we all look forward to our meetings, our little gatherings, and sometimes it's over the phone because Kaleo lives in San Diego, and Dennis is a little further north in Utah. Michael and I are in Las Vegas, but you know, it's not on a day-to-day basis. We can't always be around a table, but we're still very productive. We can make calls. It just
Through
happens.
Skype and
Yeah.
yeah.
Now I assume there's more to the team. I mean, you all have teams,
Absolutely.
especially
we all have
you know,
our own teams that we
yeah,
bring
that are
to
part of the whole.
Right,
You just
right.
are the kind of the leadership.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. I mean, I have my partner's Kevin Lindgren, but he handles all creative for videography and just incredible with photography too.
True.
But he's a big part of our team, you know, that brings all these creative juices alive and delivers these beautiful videos like the Dixie Max video from
Yeah.
Melanie.
Oh yeah.
And my partner, Rick Muir.
and Rick Muir, right?
He's business
So I
genius,
would
so
have
it's
access
great.
to him
So,
as well.
Absolutely.
All
Right,
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 our teams.
absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Well,
I mean, even
absolutely.
I mean the group of us here don't have all the answers. Actually,
Yeah.
we do, but we just, you know, it's a bit too. We're going to be humble on here. No, we don't have all the answers, but we know the people to get all the
If
answers.
you need some
from.
help, you guys just call me, okay?
Okay.
I'll do that.
We just
We'll bring you right into the team.
exactly, but you
I
know,
tell you
And
guys.
we have attorneys available to us. We
Uh-huh.
have CPAs attorneys.
Sure, that's all important part
you
of
know,
it,
all
yeah.
of financial people. We have financial planners. We have all of that.
Well, that is just fabulous. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. It's just been a delight, and I'll tell you, if you out there are like me, you want to make sure you get to that website and contact these guys. And that website, once again, is
It's clearfusion.com.
yeah. And so we can email you at info at clearfusion.com.
Right.
So thank you guys for being here. And,
Thank you.
And we'll see you next week, same time, same place. Bye bye, everybody.